Hello friends, iKargos is back with fortnightly international logistics news analysis for the first half of September 2025. During this period, international logistics and supply chain industry was heavily influenced by a mix of persistent geopolitical tensions, economic shifts, and strong push towards digital transformation, which would be analyzed under three major heads. 1. Political and economic pressures. This period saw ongoing geopolitical issues continue to shape international freight services and trade routes. Renewed conflicts in Middle East led to disruptions in shipping lanes and a sharp increase in freight insurance and sea freight costs, with tanker rates more than doubling in some instances. This has forced companies to re-evaluate their supply chain solutions and logistics transportation strategies, with many seeking alternative routes or modes of cargo transport to mitigate risk and avoid delays. The end of de minimis exemption for US shipments from certain countries led to the suspension of some postal services and necessitated a shift to non airmail delivery duty paid solutions for e commerce businesses. On the broader scale, a new EU US trade agreement was seen as a positive development, although sweeping United States tariff hikes of up to 50% on materials like steel and aluminum continue to create uncertainty, influencing freight movement and sourcing strategies. 2. Market trend and operational shifts. The global market showed signs of mixed outlook, with air freight demand remaining resilient on key trade lanes despite a general economic slowdown. This was particularly true for high value goods like pharmaceuticals and machinery, which rely on the speed of air freight shipping. As the peak season approaches, shippers and logistics companies are preparing for heightened demand, especially on routes like China to India shipping, which is a critical lane for many businesses. To get a competitive edge, companies are increasingly relying on online freight quotes and digital platforms to compare air freight rates and sea freight rates and secure the best deal. On the sea freight side, oversupply is growing concern, with forecast prediction a drop in east-west container rates by up to 10% in the second half of the year. This is a significant factor for freight forwarding companies who are working to manage this excess capacity while still providing reliable cargo shipping services. 3. Digitization and innovation. The period from September 1st to 15th reinforced the industry's commitment to digital freight forwarding and technology advancement. The global logistics sector is rapidly adopting artificial intelligence and automation to improve efficiency and resilience. From using AI to combat cargo theft to covering predictive analysis of route optimization, technology is at the forefront of modern logistics solutions. Conferences and summits such as Digital Supply Chain Transformation Assembly and Cargo NXT Logistics and Supply Chain Summit were held to discuss these very topics, bringing together leaders to share insight on creating more connected, compact, and accelerated supply chain solutions. The focus of last mile logistics and last mile delivery services also continue to grow, with companies like Target expanding their next day delivery coverage to meet consumer demand for faster shipping. To conclude, I would say that this focus on innovation is not just about efficiency, it is also about building more resilient and sustainable supply chain. From optimizing intermodal transportation to investing in advanced manufacturing facilities like Toto's new Georgia factory to enhance supply chain resiliency. The industry is taking proactive steps to mitigate future shocks and reduce reliance on single lane dependencies. That is all for this episode. See you again with next fortnightly news analysis. Visit our logistics website for daily industry news and more. Thank you.